Hey, what's up guys? My name is Chris, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Weeknd's new album, After Hours. Now, I've never considered myself a huge Weeknd guy. I barely started listening to him maybe a few months ago. The first album I listened to him was Beauty Behind the Madness, because that shit's pretty fire. And we're gonna go through a track-by-track review of After Hours, my thoughts, my opinions. You're welcome to, comment down below, have your say and thoughts, whatever. I don't really consider myself a reviewer, so I'm just gonna try and do my best to have a compelling review. And we're gonna start things off with Alone Again. So we first start off with Alone Again, and I think it's a great opening track. The intro is very glittery and flashy, and then after a while, before the second half of the song, we get like an 80s transition almost, and I really dig that. And then the vocal melody, along with that simplistic trap beat, is very nice, and I think it's a great track. I'm listening to it a lot, and I really have nothing else to say about Alone Again, other than that it's fucking great. And then the second track is Too Late. It's way too late to save our souls. Now, Too Late, in my opinion, it's a great track, but I think that Abel's voice in this track is a little too processed. It's a little forgettable in my opinion, because there are some great tracks on this record. You get tracks like Snow Child, Blinding Lights, Heartless that just overshadow the fuck out of Too Late. And then we get to the next track, Hardest to Love. You tried with me so many times. And then we get to track number 3, Hardest to Love, and I'm really loving the fast and frantic drums, along with the very, very pretty instrumentals, and the chorus is it's fucking beautiful. And I love the outro and how it refrains, and it's like very eerie until we get to Scared to Live Again. Overall, with Hardest to Love, it's a great track. There are many strong tracks in this album, and I consider Hardest to Love to be one of them. And yeah. And if I held you back, at least I held you close. So then we get to track number 4, Scared to Live. Now, the beginning sounds like something that would be played at a church, like at a wedding or something. Not the first time the chorus hits, but the second time. I imagine like him playing this live, and then the lights just going fucking crazy. There's fireworks, and then everyone's like, "Oh my god, the Weeknd's so fucking cute." Fuck yeah, that would be me at a Weeknd concert. Not gonna lie. Overall, Scared to Live, great track. Definitely churchy vibes at the beginning, at least in my opinion. Then after Scared to Live, we get Snow Child. And then we get to track number 5, Snow Child. And holy crap, I love this track. I love the simplistic trap beat. Abel's bars flow very nicely. It's a very, very, very vibe-heavy song. And, it's a great song to be played when you're coming home from the beach. Specifically coming home, because it's just a song that you really just want to lay down to. Look at the fucking sun. And Snow Child is a perfect song for that. And I also love the Jimmy Hoffa reference. You couldn't find me like I'm off. Cover girls jumping out the page like they pop. Because if you don't know who Jimmy Hoffa was, he was part of the Union back in the 70s. And he was a part of some sketchy shit. And then one day disappears, never to be seen again. To this day, we don't know what happened to Jimmy Hoffa, and I really like that bar. Overall, this is one of the best songs on the album. I'll give it that. And again, with Jimmy Hoffa, The reason why I like that bar so much because I watched The Irishman recently, and I picked up on that. So then we get the track number 6, Escape to LA.
This place is never what it seems.
Escape to live again. Escape from LA. Now this is your typical "I'm gonna fuck you good" song by The Weeknd. The intro is very somber and like mellow, but then it builds up, and then once that trappy hits, it's an instant banger. They're like, oh shit, you know. Then we get very graphic lyrics on the second half of the song, where The Weeknd invites a girl over to the studio to fuck all night.
She a cold-hearted bitch with no shame, but her throat too far. She got chrome hearts hanging from her neck, and them shit's going wild. When she rides, she hold tight. She gon' ride till sweat fall down her spine.
Wow, I barely realized how much sex The Weeknd has. And then we get to the next track, Heartless.
Said I'm heartless, so much pussy be falling out the pocket.
So we get the track number 7, Heartless, and this is a great partying track. The main vocal line is it's fucking tight. It's a tight vocal melody, and I vibe to that so much. What's funny is that when The Weeknd says, "Call me up, turn that pussy to a faucet," the instrumentals during those bars do kind of sound like a faucet or some sort of ethereal fountain.
I gotta watch it. Call me up, turn that pussy to a faucet. Duffel bags full of drugs and a rocket. Sticks drunk, but he never miss a target.
That caught my ear, and I thought that was pretty clever. And wow, The Weeknd, Abel, I can't get enough on how much sex he has. He has so much sex. He has sex at night, sex in the morning, sex for breakfast, sex for dinner. Holy shit, how much sex can this guy have? I'm sorry. Anyways, the next track is Faith.
So I got away the pain. Got it swimming in my veins.
So we get the track number 8, Faith, and this is really the turning point in the album where I turn my focus from these pop instrumentals to the lyrics, because oh my god, there's some depressing lines in this song. One bar that really caught my eye was when Abel says, "And if I OD, I want you to OD right beside. I want you to follow right behind. I want you to hold me while smiling while I'm dying." Fuck, man, like that shit makes me well up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And this song is bleak and nothing else. Like, I'm reading the lyrics to the song, and holy crap, the lyricism in this track specifically, it's pretty great. It's one of the best lyric wise in the album. And that ending, the angelic ending, where it's almost, yeah, it's like Abel ODs with the bar, "I ended up in the back of a flashing car with the city lights shining," something like that. And wow, that angelic ending is so great. It's so grand. It's like you're being reborn. It's one of the it's I would say it's like one of the best moments on the album. It's pretty great. And then we get the track number 8. With the track number 9, Blinding Lights. Blinding Lights. This is the smash hit of the album. The song's on the radio all the time. It is definitely the most 80s song on this album. It's flashy, it's glamorous, it's an excellent track. You know, I have nothing really else to say. It's great instrumentals. Abel's voice, of course, is great. Yeah, great track, great partying song. You know, great vibe heavy song. We get the track number 10, which is In Your Eyes.
In your eyes, I see there's something burning.
So we get to In Your Eyes. We get a bit of an 80s vibe again. Definitely a little less 80s from the very 80s heavy song that was just Blinding Lights. The lead up to the main chorus Could have been a little bit better. I don't know, it just feels like it was a little rushed, and that's just my opinion. But the chorus, very catchy. You know, like all of the Weeknd songs, they're catchy. The chorus especially, and then that sax solo. That sax solo is fucking incredible. Like holy crap. And then the next song we get is Save Your Tears.
I saw you dancing in a crowded room.
Okay. Save Your Tears, The Weeknd. Now, this song suspiciously sounds almost exactly like Circles by Post Malone. And if you think otherwise, you are lying to yourself. I will play a side-by-side comparison right now. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad track. It's definitely a catchy track, but it's just like wow. It's either a huge coincidence or you know they're kind of stealing shit from Post Malone. But anyways, you know it's a good track, vibe heavy. That's it. And then we get to Repeat After Me, Interlude.
You don't love him. You don't love him.
So yeah, track number 12, Repeat After Me. I don't know why it's called an interlude. It just sounds like another Weeknd song. The drums are nice and loud in the beginning. They're really loud. You can really hear the drums in this track. Yeah, you know, it's fine, but I find myself getting kind of bored of the, you know, the poppy instrumentals throughout the entire album. Like, I mean, I love them, but like, you know, after 12 tracks, you know, it's kind of, you know. However, I do like the morphing bass in the background halfway through. Yeah, that's fine. It's a fine track. That's all. And then we get to the title track, After Hours. This is the title track of the album. It is also the longest track, clocking in at around 6 minutes. You know, there's some pretty nice lyrics here. I like the groove, like when the song like finally starts, as you would say. I don't know. I feel like After Hours, the title track, it could have been more memorable. The intro's way too long. I don't know. I find myself underwhelmed by this title track. I mean, it's a great song. It's a fine song, but the first half of the album is just fucking great. Like, I would rather listen to the first half of the album. And then we get to the final track, Until I Bleed Out.
I don't wanna touch the sky no more.
Track number 14, Until I Bleed Out. Honestly, this final track was kind of disappointing for me. I feel like if for a final track, it should be grand. It should be like a grand finale for your album, and then it, I don't know, it just sounds like another like poppy "I'm gonna fuck you" Weeknd song. I mean, yeah, it's a good song, but you know, I just find myself very disappointed in this last track. You know, that's about it. That's all I have to say for that track. What's up, guys? Editing Chris here, and I wanted to make one more point on Until I Bleed Out that I forgot to film a few days ago, and my point is a much better final track would be Final Lullaby, one of the bonus tracks in the special edition. Final Lullaby, it is an amazing song, literally puts me to sleep, much better than Until I Bleed Out. Thank you. And that's it. that's the whole album, all 14 tracks. I gave you my opinions on it. I gave you what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it. And I'm going to give you my favorites and my least favorites of this album.
Attention. Attention. We're looking for the chick with big boobs.
So my favorite track, Jesus, this is tough. I'm gonna have to go with Snow Child. That song is just fucking great. That trap beat is very nice, and then just the chorus is just so nice. It's so nice. It's such a nice song. That's the only word that I can think of right now, but it's a great way to describe Snow Child. It's a nice song. My least favorite track. Yeah, definitely Until I Bleed Out. I was very disappointed in the final track of the album. I was just kind of left with a bitter taste, but, whatever. So my favorite moment of this album. Now, my favorite moment is the last 2 minutes of Faith. That outro for Faith, that's just my favorite moment of the album. That, so grand, so fucking great. It is so nice.
Now I'm with SpongeBob, racing down the Autobahn while I'm in the backseat trying to fuck Megatron.
My favorite bar, it's a toss-up between, but if I OD, I want you to OD right beside, I want you to follow right behind, I want you to hold me while smiling, while I'm dying, and from Heartless, never need a bitch and what a bitch need. The duality of man.
Penis erection, masturbation, dick, asshole, sex.
Overall, this is a pretty solid project from The Weeknd. It's got great tracks back to back to back to back. The production instrumentals are on point. The lyricism is very nice as well. The only problem I have with this album is that I just get kind of bored. The last 3 songs, I would say, are definitely kind of like the bottom of the barrel. And I'm not saying that it's not a bad thing either. It's just kind of repetitive for me. I'm gonna give this album a 7.5 out of 10. It's pretty good. Thank you guys for watching. I will post more reviews in the future. Meanwhile, in the description, I will link you to my original music so you can check that out. See ya, guys.